First, if you want to venture out of this video, please like, subscribe, follow, share, comment. This is going to apply to every single leader out there, especially people running their own businesses. Today, we're going to talk about how to be an effective leader, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Number one, self-awareness. What is self-awareness? We all have to know who we are as an individual, who we are as a leader, who we are as an entrepreneur. And what we have to focus on is our weaknesses, because weaknesses is something that we all have to overcome. None of us are built perfect. None of us were born perfect. And throughout your career, it's a learning curve. It's a learning process. So it's very important for you to ask for feedback from your colleagues, from your friends, from people you work with. What are you doing wrong? Or something that they can see in you that you can't see in yourself. That's something for you to focus on. Because regardless of how much we try to be perfect as a leader, trust me, we're not. Another important part of being self-aware is regularly evaluating your actions. Your actions are going to determine your future. If you're doing something that's not working out, look for a different approach. Follow the patterns. Look at the trends. Are those trends that you have, are they making sense or are they not making sense? Second, effective communication. Communication is something so critical in all aspects of your life, especially in business, especially being a leader. If you are an ineffective communicator, everything is going to fail. You're not going to know how to talk to your employees. You're not going to know how to talk to your customers. You're not going to know how to talk to your clients. And if you fail at every single one of them, well, I think you should close up your doors and go home and maybe find a new job. Because being an effective communicator is ultimately critical. You know how to talk to your employees, because remember, you being a silent but deadly leader, leaders who scream and yell is not the right leader. You should never scream and yell at your employee, but you should have an effective talking scenario. Always talk to them in a very nice way. Always communicate in an effective way. Always try to get your message across in a way for them to understand, because remember, an employee who hates you is going to hate your business. And if they hate your business, they're not going to perform from you. And the only thing you need from people working with you is for them to perform. That's the only way of respect towards you. If your employee is performing, that means they love you, they respect you, and they love what they do. Even though you're the leader and you're the one always paving the path for your employees, you also have to be an active listener. They also have some critique about you or the way you do things, or maybe they have a new approach that you didn't see. We always have to understand, regardless of how much you think you have more experience, knowledge, and know your business, sometimes those employees that work with you, they can have a different outlook on that specific task, which you haven't observed before. And with that new outlook, they can be more effective, they can be more productive. Therefore, you got to listen to them sometimes as well. If not sometimes, most of the time. Number 3, this is badass. Build your trust and have a fantastic relationship with every single part of your business. It's somebody who has to have certain relationships with certain people in order for your business to work effectively. If you don't have an effective relationship with your clients, if you don't have an effective relationship with your customer, if you don't have a fantastic relationship with the people that are working for you, again, you're going to close your doors and find a new job. Building relationships with those people are just going to take you on a different level of a journey, okay? You are going to go all the way to the moon, and you're never going to want to come back, because they're the ones who are going to constantly want to do business with you. I'm going to bring you a perfect example. Mr. Volodymyr Zelensky, terrible leader, right? Terrible communication, ineffective relationship skills. He came to the White House. He didn't know how to talk in English. I think that's another mistake he made. That guy doesn't know how to speak English, and he went through that meeting, throughout the whole meeting, speaking in English instead of having a translator for him to translate everything what J.D. Vance or Donald Trump was saying, because most of the things they said, he didn't even understand. Second of all, from the get-go, terrible relationship. Even though I had a great relationship with Joe Biden, you have to understand, this is also comes to you as a business leader. If there is a change of power, if there's a change of administration, if there's a change of a CEO, if there's a change in management, you can't approach that person in the same way as you were dealing with the person prior to that person. You have to understand everybody is different. They have a different approach, especially if somebody's on a national world stage. You already can anticipate who that person is, especially Donald Trump. So therefore, Zelensky going into that meeting, he ultimately failed immediately. You should evaluate, you should think, you should strategize, you should get criticized from your colleagues, as I mentioned earlier, get feedback on what to talk about and how to hold that relationship in order for you to be very effective as a leader. Number 4, this is also something fantastic for you to be as a leader. You got to be empowerful. You got to empower your team. You got to empower the people you work with because at the end of the day, regardless of how much you do things, you can't do everything by yourself. When you empower others, they look forward. They look forward working with you. When you incentivize them financially, incentivize them with possibly a growth in the company, having a better position. When they look forward to working with you, they will look forward to the future of the company as well. And that's what you ultimately need. You need people working with you who care about the company, who have the same vision that you have. Research new leadership practices. Know how to handle yourself as an effective leader. Remember, you don't know everything. The day you think you know everything, you're done. Again, close your doors, go find a new job. Okay? This job is not going to work for you. And everybody that thinks that us entrepreneurs don't have a job, we actually do. It may not be a 9 to 5. It may be like, I don't know, from a 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. type of a job, but it's still a job. You still have a job. You still have a family to support. You still have employees to support. You have a bigger responsibility. Today, we have over 100 people working in our company. And guess what? That's the most important responsibility that I have as a leader. On top of me being a leader and financially supporting them and giving them a job, I got to be emotionally there for them as well. I got to be an emotional stimulator for them as well, for them to be happy. When they go home, for them to be happy. And most importantly, for me, when they come to work, they're also very happy. If you want to venture out of this video, please like, of course, subscribe, of course, comment, share, and tell me, what do you think is an effective leader?